Hey guys, so today I felt kind of creative and I found this picture on Pinterest which inspired today's makeup. And so it's kind of just like a coral and purple. I mostly use the Anastasia palette, the Anastasia self-made palette. But anyway, so here's the look. If you like it, give it a thumbs up. And without further ado, here's the video. So I'm just going to start off by using Porefection-Benefit to prime my face. Now I'm using a shade that's significantly darker than my face, but that's because I don't like to spray tan my face. So I'm just going to use the Real Techniques Beauty Sponge and I'm going to blend that all over my face. And I'm just using little pressing motions to really push that into my skin. And this glides on a lot easier because I did use that Porefection. I find that using a primer really does make a huge difference when I put my foundation on, especially with me using a shade that's significantly darker than my actual skin. I just feel like it mixes really well together and it just looks a lot more well done. And don't forget to blend that down your neck because that is essential for looking natural. So now I'm using two different shades of Loreal Truematch concealer, and that's because I just didn't really have a shade that matched what I wanted. But I'm just going to take these in triangles underneath my eyes, underneath my nose, a little underneath my lips, and on my forehead. And just a little on the bit of my nose, which I don't always do. And I'm going to press that in using my Real Techniques Beauty Sponge. And I know it kind of looks like I'm wiping, but I'm actually just pushing that into the skin because I don't want that to slide around. I really just want it to stay concentrated where I put it to keep it looking really bright. And I'm going to go ahead and blend all that out on my forehead and underneath my nose, and I already did that, and my chin. I do find that using a damp beauty blender works best for blending out concealer because I just think it looks more natural. So now I'm taking Banana Powder by Anastasia Beverly Hills and I'm just setting all those areas where I put my concealer. Next, I'm setting my face with NYX HD Finishing Powder. Now I'm going to use this Bahama Mama contour shade, and I'm using this Morphe MB40, I think. And I'm using it horizontally to carve out the shape that I want, and then I'm going to use it vertically to go ahead and blend that out. This is a really cool tone shade. So I do end up going back and using a bronzer over it because I just find that it's a little bit cool toned. But I do think the cool does create a good shadow. So now I'm going to use this warmer shade and I'm just going to warm up all of that contour. And I'm going to take that into my hairline to make it look like a more natural shade. And I'm going to take some banana powder and just clean up that the bottom of my contour. So now I'm going to take that same contour shade and I'm just going to define my jawline a little bit more. So now I'm taking this kind of cool tone, medium tone contour shade to contour my nose, and I'm just going to put a stripe on either side, but I'm going to make sure to blend that out like a mother trucker because I swear I look like I have some serious racing stripes if I don't blend that like no one's business. And as I said, just blending. I actually did cut out about 30 seconds of me blending my nose. So now I'm using this Revolution Hot Spice palette, and I'm using this super warm orangey tone coral blush because I just really wanted to be as coral as humanly possible. So now I'm using Mary-loumanizer by TheBalm, which has the most difficult packaging on the face of the earth to open. This stuff is straight shimmery fairy dust, and I'm just going to put it all over my body because it's majestic, and who doesn't want to be glittery from head to toe? But I'm putting that on the top of my Cupid's bow, on my nose, the tops of my cheekbones, a little bit on my chin, and above my eyebrows because, as I said, I'm putting it literally all over my face. And checking out my Lumi case. So now I'm just doing my eyebrows as usual with my Anastasia Beverly Hills Dipbrow pomade in dark brown. And I just posted a brow tutorial not too long ago, so you can check that out if you want a detailed video of how I do my brows. Now I'm just going to set them with brow gel. Next I'm taking NYX Yellow Concealer and I'm just cleaning up the bottom of my brow, as well as using that shade to highlight my brow bone for my eyeshadow later. Next I'm priming my eyes with Urban Decay Primer Potion because I need my eyeshadow to not crease. For some reason, every time I don't use primer, my eyeshadow creases a ridiculous amount, and I just wasn't in the mood for it today. So now I'm going to take Sherbert from the Self-Made palette, and I'm just going to use a Sigma blending brush, and I'm going to blend that all over as my transition shade. Next I'm taking Deep Purple, and I'm using a smaller blending brush, and I'm just going to focus that on the outer V as well as the 1/2, I guess you could say, of my crease. And just taking that blending brush and blending things out. And I'm just taking a smaller brush and just trying to deepen that up a little bit more with that same Deep Purple shade. So next I'm taking a bone shadow and I'm just going to set that NYX concealer that I used earlier, and I'm also just highlighting that brow bone and cleaning up that a little bit more where that fallout got all over my face. So next I'm gonna use my finger and just add a little bit of that Deep Purple onto the outer 1/3 of my eyelid. And I'm going to take this coral shade from a Morphe palette and I'm going to press that into the first part of my eyelid. But I am going to avoid that in the inner corner because I'm going to put another shade there. So now I'm going to take Metallic Plum, and I'm going to blend that into the outer V, of course, because I just wasn't happy with what it was looking like. I just wanted to deepen it up a little bit more. We all make mistakes, I guess it's normal, but for me, I just wanted it to look a little bit more plum than bright neon purple. So now I'm taking this Shangri-La NYX palette, and I'm going to take this shimmery coral shade, and I'm going to put that into my tear duct area, not actually in my eyeball, but on the inner corner of my eye, using a pencil brush. And I'm going to clean up that outer V with some concealer. If you don't want to use tape on your face, this is a great way to get a sharp line when doing your eyeshadow. I used to use tape, but I'm actually allergic to tape, so I had to start using concealer instead. And just setting that with some banana powder. So now I'm just going to blend our first shade, Sherbert, underneath my eye using this Morphe brush, Sigma brush. I'm sorry. Now I'm going to take that Deep Purple and use a thicker pencil brush, and you can tell what I'm doing. And I'm going to take Metallic Plum and also just drag that underneath of my lash line and blend everything out so you don't look too crazy. So now I'm just going to take Spirit Rock, which is a black shimmery color, and I'm going to deepen up that outer V a little bit more. And now I'm going to do a dramatic winged liner. I started off with gel, but that didn't end up working, so I just went back with a liquid liner, and it ended up working out fine. So now I'm just going to make the bases of my lashes super dark and black for my falsies. And here's a video basically of me just making ridiculous faces while trying to do my mascara. I know I'm not the only one. So now I'm just using these Blinking Beaute Samantha lashes, which are currently my favorite. And I really kind of chose these because they're super dramatic, and so am I. So I just thought they worked well. So now I'm using NYX Ever lip liner, which is TheBalm.com. I swear this stuff will last for 24 straight hours, maybe longer. I'm not sure, I haven't tested it. And I'm just gonna overdraw my lips a little bit, because who doesn't love an excessive amount of blackheads? That's disgusting, I'm sorry I told you guys that. But think about it, if you do, you know, whatever, it's really not good for you. So now I'm just going to use Pumpkin Pie Lipstick by NYX, and it's super glossy, so I'm just going to end up pressing that into my lips with my finger. Hey guys, thanks again for watching my video. I hope you learned something cool today and hopefully something new. If you did like this look, then please give me a thumbs up and leave me a comment with a suggestion or another look that you might want to see. Also, hit me up on that Instagram at Autumn Heart. So yeah, thanks again for watching, and I hope you guys have a great week. Champagne for the pain.